In the previous video we talked about shortcut keys. In this video we'll be talking about some basic commands. I'm probably going to split this into multiple videos because I don't want to overwhelm you with the amount of basic commands there are before we get diving in deeper to some of the commands. Now you might also find me repeating some commands in the future as well, some of these commands, but that's just to help you remember and learn the commands. So first of all, we'll start with probably the easiest command there is. pwd, present working directory. It just says where you are at the moment. I'm in /home/netsu. That is my home directory basically, or this user netsu's home directory. If I go to document and I go to code and I say pwd, then I'm /home/netsu/document/code. And if I go /, which is my root directory, then I go pwd and it says I'm in a root. But see, I can also see this right here because of my theme. You might not be able to. So that's present working directory. If you just want to know where you are at the moment, then that's pretty useful. Now this is probably the one you'll be using the most, is cd. cd just means change directory. Let's say I want to go to my documents and I'm in root right now, so I can go to home and netsu and documents. If I go here, then it puts me in South Documents, and in South Documents I have anime, apps, and code. You might see me using some commands I'll be explaining later. But anyways, so yeah, another thing that's quite useful to note is tilde. Tilde is a shortcut word, almost a shortcut. What do you call it? A keyword to say home. So if I say cd tilde, it's going to bring me back home. So if I go pwd, then it's /home/netsu. So even though I am in documents, anime, my anime watch list, and I go into Soul Eater, even though I'm here, if I say cd tilde, it's going to take me back to my present working directory. Okay. You can also use this to help you get somewhere. Let's say you are in root. Root is just basically where all of the most important files on your system is. It's basically where everything starts, you know. And let's say I want to go to documents. Now I don't want to type /home/netsu/document. I don't want to type that because that's just too long. So I can go tilde/documents, because my home folder is home/netsu. That's my home folder. In home/netsu there is a documents folder. I can then use my home/netsu right there and just say documents, and it will take me into documents. Then we have man. Man is a manual. So if you wonder what any command means, it is man's job to explain. So let's say cd. So I'm just go man cd, and it will explain, or not, unfortunately cd doesn't have a man page, ls. Again, here it says list directory contents. So ls is used to list the things in a directory. So if I say ls instead of my documents, it's going to show me everything inside of my documents folder. And here it explains everything you need to know about it. Now this is I don't really do this too much, going into the man page about things, because I found it a little bit tedious at times. But this is really useful if you need it on the go, like explanation of what something is. Or you can just get do I have it? I don't know. You can search for cheat sheet, and it's something you can install. And once you run it, you can just say like cheat sheet and ls, and it will explain to you what it is in basic terms, and not using like the man with this like massive amount of detail about something. But anyways, so ls allows you to see what's in that directory. I'm in documents right now, so I have anime, apps, and code. Pretty clean. If I go ls code, it's going to show me everything in code. And this is all of the things in terms of code that I do. So yeah, you can also go like ls / and it will show you what's everything in the root directory. Then you can go ls-l. This is to long list something. Like if you do this, then it will not only show you the names, it will show you I think this is the dates they were either created or modified. This right here, December 18, December 19. I think it's created because December 15, I messed with it yesterday. Yeah, this is the day they were created most likely, because I reinstalled the system and stuff like that. And then not quite, I'm not quite sure what these are. These are the users they belong to. And yeah, I'm also not sure what this is. And then this right here, this is basically the only thing you're going to look at. If, let's just go ls-l, if you're going to look at any of this. So this basically means this is a directory. This D right there, it says it's a directory. It's a folder. So if I touch, and I say myfile.txt, that's just a way to create a file very quickly. As you can see now, there's my file. If I go ls-l, as you can see, this my file is not a directory, so it doesn't have a D there. It's not a folder. This means read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. So R is read, W is write, and X is execute. Now, the reason why there is 3 of them is because the Linux system has about 3 types of users. They have the root user, they have the group user, and then they have the general user. If you are the root user, then this is your privileges to work with it, if I'm correct. It's either, no, I think root has every privilege, and then this might be group. I'm not really sure about this because I don't really work with users and groups and stuff like that, but there's other groups or users, and this is for the, I think this is the actual users allowed things, like Netsu is allowed to use this, and then this is for everyone else. So everyone else that sees this file is not allowed to read the file, but they can write, no, I mean, they're not allowed to write the file, but they can read and execute the file. So if I sign in as someone else, and I go into my things, into my like directories and stuff, and I look at this, I'm not allowed to write to it then, I'm only allowed to execute it and to read it. So let's say I create, let's go to code and cd into C++ and fun YouTube. If I go here and I have an output file right there, so if I go -l, this output file allows basically everything. But if I like change the mode, like chmod, you don't have to work with this right now. I'm just basically showing you, and I say -x, and I say output. And I go -l. Now output is no longer allowed to be executed by the user. So if I'm going to try and execute it, output, it's going to say permission denied, because it doesn't have executable permissions anywhere, because as you can see, nothing there. But if I say chmod +x and output, this is a lot of times if you have to download something from the internet and it's inexecutable, doing this will allow you to execute it. Go ls-l, it added the executable allowed back into it, and then we can like run the output. So yeah, that is basically -l. Then you can use ls-a, and this will show you hidden files. So if I go ls, you can't see any like .get or .vs code files. This is because they are hidden. If I create a file with a dot in front of it, it's going to hide the file automatically. So ls-a shows you the hidden files. Now ls-l doesn't do that, but sometimes you want to mix the two, so then you can go ls-la, then you're mixing the two, and as you can see now it also shows you the hidden files. And let's say you want to sort what you're listing, so let's say here ls-l, you want to sort everything here, so they can go ls-ls, and this will sort it by its file size. This right here is its file size, and it will sort it from big to small. So this right here, custom playlist.txt, is the smallest file in this folder, and this one is the biggest. So S, or you can just go alice dash capital S, and it will do the same thing. Output is first now instead of there, because usually it just listed by, I think, the alphabetically, if I'm right. But usually if you want it to be listed in a way that you can see what is the biggest, then this is very useful. Okay, then you can also use alice-d there we go, alice-d // Now this will list out only the directories in the folder. So if there's in the file here, you wouldn't be able to see it. So let's actually go back to tilde/documents. If we go here, we have one file here, but if I go alice-d // it's not going to show the file, it's only going to show the folders, the directories. So yeah. And then you have alice-r, and ooh, that's too big. But basically it shows you everything that you will see inside of other folders. So .code trash YouTube projects. Here will be the folder that's in there. Then if you go into that, then you'll see that. Now usually you don't want to actually just do that from where you are. You want to go to, let's say, alice-r apps. Let's go apps, and it will show you everything inside of here. Very yeah, too many things here, but yeah, so it's just to show you everything inside of it. I don't really use that too often, but you know, you can use it. Now we're already getting very long into the video, so don't worry, we're almost done. Only 3 more commands to go. So first one I want to show you is, let me just remove the by file, because I don't like it there. Okay, now one of the things that you probably also use is directory creation. Like let's say you want to create a folder. How will you go about doing that? Well, to create a folder you can just go mkdir and then the folder name. So you can say my folder, and boom, it will create my folder. But just take note, if you're going to run this, and let's say my folder 2 is cool, let's say you do that, it's not going to do what you think it's going to do. It's actually going to create separate folders. Cool is my folder and folder 2. If you want to give a folder one full name, I recommend doing something like this, putting it in quotation marks. This will tell you that this is that folder's name. So we go alice now, then here it is. But I would generally not recommend either putting capital letters or spaces in folder names, but you know, I don't follow it myself sometimes, as you can see here. But anyways, yeah, you can. Now let's say you want to remove directory, then you can call rmdir, and this means remove directory. Let's say I want to remove cool, I want to remove is, I want to remove my folder, I want to remove my folder 2, I want to remove my folder 2 is cool. If I list it out now, I remove those folders or those directories. Now let's say I want to create a directory inside of a directory. I want to create more than one. Then I can go mkdir -p, and now I can say something such as this is an directory. Now we list it out. Now let's actually open up my file manager here, just so I can show you this, because this is everything happens in the background, because we're just doing it from the command line. Go here, then as you can see, I just created this folder. If I actually say touch hello, as you can see, it appears here. So everything you do actually happens. And if you go into this, then there is an directory. Go to that, it's clean. Now of course you can delete it from here if you want. It's not necessary that you have to delete it from here. If you do, then boom. And yeah. Now let's actually create another one. Mkdir -p hello there world. Now let's say I want to remove world, but I don't want to, like, you know, go into that. So I can then go rmdir -p hello hello there, and then if I do that, I mean world, then if I go hello, then basically it's going to delete it from that far. It's going to delete it from that point upwards, because if you're just going to try and remove the directory that has things inside of it, for example rmdir apps that has things inside of it, it's just going to say, hey, it failed to remove apps because it's not empty. But if you use -p and go to the first file in there, if there is only like one, it's going to try and delete it all the way back. Now let's say you want to see things get deleted, so let's go make a directory -p and we say hello world is cool. We do that. Then you can go rmdir -p-v hello world is cool. Now -v is, or v or -v, depending if you put it in front of behind something. V is just basically a way to say verbose. It shows you what's happening. It shows you, I usually like to, if I copy a bunch of files and folders, I like to use -v to see what files are being copied and has been copied. So if I do that, it says removing directory this. Just shows you, it's easier to visualize what's happening. It's removing this directory, then this one, then this one, then this one. That's what's happening. You use -v with basically everything. So if you go touch -v hello, yeah, unfortunately not with everything, but with most things you can use -v. So copy, move, move, and make directory, you can. And then you have remove. So let's say I create a file called to remove, and let's say I want to remove that, rm to remove, or to remove. Now it's not there anymore, it just means remove. Then if you go, let's say we make a directory, and we say to whatnot, and then we touch inside of to this, we say whatnot, and if we alice what's inside to that, you can see there's a little file there. Now if I want to say rmdir and I say to, it's going to say, hey, it's not empty. Now what I can do is I can go in that folder and delete that file, but sometimes there's like bunch of files, bunch of files and folders inside of this directory, and then it's just going to be annoying to have to go and delete all of them one by one. So what you can do is you can say rm-r, which means recursive, so it's going to continue to delete everything inside of it until it gets there, and then you can say to, and this will remove that, not only that folder, but everything inside of that folder. You should be very careful with this. There's actually one command that I would recommend you memorize and know it is dangerous. rm-rf/, or in fact most cases it will be sudo. But anyways, what this is saying, it says go and use admin privileges and remove everything forcefully. F means forcefully, so it's not going to even ask you, are you sure you want to delete this? It's going to forcefully remove it, like destroy it, and it says from root directory. This is probably the most dangerous command you can run in Linux, this right here, because this can quite literally destroy your entire system. Maybe I will make a video where I actually show what this does in a virtual machine. But yeah, never ever run sudo, or not even with sudo. Even if you leave out sudo, never run this. rm-rf/, never in your entire life should you ever run this unless you literally want to destroy your PC. And yeah, that's all I wanted to show you. This video was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. But yeah, that's basically removing files, and yeah, bunch of things learned. Thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Remember never to use rm-rf/, and see you all in the next video.